Hello everyone, welcome back. Welcome to our new fortnightly update on everything that's happened in the English Pokemon TCG. 2 weeks of stuff to cover, obviously with Phantasmal Flames coming out. Lots of nice new announcements. Let's jump right into it and see what we've got. So, first of all, last time we did this update 2 weeks ago, we were right on the edge of Phantasmal Flames pre-release. So we knew all the pre-release promos and everything, but we hadn't seen the build and battle decks yet. Well, it does now turn out that each build and battle deck has a corresponding non-holo rare. So the rares from the set, which would be holo in the booster packs, are non-holo within the decks. So these cards are Toxtricity, Zacian, Moltres, and Flygon. Now, there's one of these basically for each build and battle deck. Toxtricity, Zacian, and Flygon are some of the Black Star promos that come in the decks, so those match up nicely. The Moltres comes in the Cerulege deck. Cerulege itself is an uncommon within the set, so it doesn't have a variant, but the Moltres fills in the slot of the non-holo rare there. We also talked about the Mega Battle decks for Gengar and Diancie, which had been supposed to come out, but had been experiencing delays in a lot of areas. We knew about the Black Star promos in those as well, but thanks to Brownie Bombs over on my Patreon, who was able to point out to me that the decks do also have some non-holo rares in them, but they are Toxtricity in the Gengar deck and Zacian in the Diancie deck, so it is two of the same non-holo rares that you will find in the build and battle kits. Next, we have an update to some of the store exclusive promos. Now, we already knew about the Genesect from Phantasmal that would come out with the Phantasmal logo on it, because I believe it got a data mined from Best Buy. But Pokemon have put up their official list of where are going to be getting the different promos. So there's 3 different promos. First of all, we have Suicune. So this is going to be at GameStop in the US and EB Games in Australia and New Zealand. So we've obviously already seen the Suicune have the GameStop logo. If it follows on from previous trends, the EB Games one will have the EB Games logo as well. And even though they haven't listed it here, we'll probably end up releasing in Europe and potentially some other places with the Phantasmal Flames logo. Basically, with all of the last few sets, they just haven't listed that this promo is going to get a release outside of the US or Australia, and then it ends up getting one. The Genesect with the set logo that we'd already seen, they did confirm that that would be at Best Buy in the US and would be at JB Hi-Fi in Australia and New Zealand. Now, I know there are already some images floating around which look like a Genesect with the JB Hi-Fi logo on it. These are edited. These are photoshopped by Instagram pages. It's just a mock-up of what they think it would look like. It's almost certainly not going to have the JB Hi-Fi logo on it. It will just have the set logo, the same as the Best Buy ones. It should only be the EB Games one that has that Australia-New Zealand exclusive variant. And then, interestingly, for this set, they announced a third in-store promo. So they announced the Reshiram would also have a version with the set logo on it. And this one, so far, has only been announced as being US exclusive. And it's going to be in Hot Topic and Barnes & Noble. 2 very odd stores, I think, to be giving them away in. Although I suppose Best Buy is kind of an odd decision as well. To be honest, GameStop is really the only one that kind of makes sense. I guess Barnes & Noble and Hot Topic do sell Pokemon cards, but it's not like a big run for them. It's not a big line for them. Honestly, when new stores end up getting stuff related like this, where they get exclusive cards, generally all that happens is the first couple of sets you end up with communication not really happening to staff. Staff will get sent a packet with, some promos in it and maybe a leaflet on how they're supposed to give it out. Whatever managers usually won't communicate it properly to all of the staff because they maybe don't realize how big of a thing it is, to Pokemon fans, how many Pokemon people are going to come in, try and get the promo, wanting answers, wanting to know what they have to buy. I mean, even GameStop, which is one of their biggest promotions that's been going on for years now, there's no consistency between stores as to whether you can just get the card, whether you have to buy one Pokemon item, whether you have to spend a certain amount. I know there's been some where I've gone into GameStops, they've just given me the card. Some they've said you have to buy something, you have to buy at least a booster pack. Some have said you have to spend, $25 on Pokemon product. Sometimes they've let me do it spending $25 on non-Pokemon product. It's a whole thing. I think we're going to, especially for this first set, there's probably going to be a lot of questions and inconsistencies between Hot Topics and Barnes & Noble. but can't complain too much about new promos. Reshiram looks cool. We also have a new Professor promo for the next season of Professor Cups. For people who don't know, Professor Cups are run usually at a regionals or an IC or a Worlds or something. It's a very small event that's, I think, often the day before the main event, only eligible to professors and professors who, I believe, hit a minimum threshold of points or judged enough high-level events during a season to qualify to play. So for the first year of the Professor Cup promo, it was Friends in Galar. Then the next year, it was both Friends in Haisu and Friends in Sinnoh. It switched between the two. Then it was Community Center. I guess who didn't have another Friends card. And so, unsurprisingly, this time around, the promo is Friends in Paldea. This is a variant from the Prismatic Evolution set. Looking at the image that we have that got tweeted out, it appears to have that double foiling. It has the reverse foil and the Cosmos foil that, Community Center had last year, which that famous Voltorb from 151 had, and some other promos have had. So interestingly, the first Professor Cup that used this was actually the online Professor Cup, which I didn't think that's the place they would launch a new promo, honestly. I thought they would wait until the first in-person event, but it was players played in that one, professors played in that, and then they actually started receiving through the mail shortly afterwards. They were sent out these cards, these Friends in Paldea cards. Interestingly, the people who top cut that event also got mail, but they still got Community Center for the top 8, top 4, and champion versions of the Professor Cup cards. I believe the staff also got Community Center as well. So it seems like any of the additional stamped versions are waiting until the in-person events. So we've always had staff, top 8, and champion for these Professor Cup promos, and with Community Center, they also added top 4. So I would expect there to be at least that. Potentially they'll add in finalists this time as well, but we'll know more probably after those first in-person cups. And finally, some basically breaking news came out just yesterday. We have seen our first product for Pokemon 30th anniversary, which is coming up next year. We have seen images of this blister pack. It's going to contain 3 booster packs, a special Pikachu card. This is from Temporal Forces, and it contains the Pokemon Day 2026 logo, which features the Pikachu with the 3-0 on its cheeks, matching up with the 20th and 25th style logo. Also comes with a very nice coin that again says Pokemon Day 2026. Now, Pokemon Day is, of course, February 27th. It seems like this blister pack might be coming out towards the end of January, so a little bit of time before actual Pokemon Day itself. But I imagine this is just going to be the first of many products that we see, both for the 30th anniversary as a whole. I think we're going to get a lot of products, with this logo, probably some sort of special set during the whole of 2026. And because Pokemon Day itself is the actual 30th anniversary of Pokemon, there will probably be a few more products at least aimed specifically at Pokemon Day. So that is it. That is where we are at for all of the news in the English Pokemon TCG for the last 2 weeks. As always, if you think I missed anything, be sure to leave it in the comments here or over my Patreon or anything. Again, thanks to Brownie Bombs, who pointed out some non-holo variants from products I hadn't been able to get yet. And of course, anything that happens over the next 2 weeks, feel free to leave that as a comment as well, and I'll make sure I get it into the next video. Last little bit of a shout out. It's kind of a short notice thing, but if you are in the Columbus, Ohio area, I am going to be vending at a card show tomorrow. That's November 15th. I'm going to be vending with the store I currently work at, Cardfather Games. We're going to have, I think, 7 tables at our booth. We've got a very, very nice booth. Announcing this late because I was going back and forth on whether I was actually going to be at the show, because originally I thought I was going to go to the show just to see it, and then I thought I was going to actually be in Las Vegas for regionals, which is where Laura's at the moment. And then I went back to not being at Vegas, but not going to the show. And now I'm actually going to be at the show as a part of the Cardfather vendor team. I'm probably going to be on buying cards all weekend. So if you have some stuff to bring it to me. I'll come and hopefully give you a good price, give you some store credit or something for it. And if you guys like Coop's collection, Coop is actually going to be there doing a meet and greet at the event. He is not running a booth. From what I've been told, it is just a meet and greet to give more time for people to see him and not have to have him focus on vending as well as meeting people. So if you're in the area, enjoy that and hopefully see some of you there. I won't be making any video content at this show because, I'm going to be working solidly on trade-ins, but Cardfather Games is going to be making some content there, which I'm sure I'll be featured in some of it a little bit. I'll be making sure to mention all of this and link it when Cardfather starts really ramping up the content. You know, the owner, Gary, he's, over the next year or so at least, going to be really ramping up the content, and I think I'm going to be featuring quite a lot of it. Next week, we'll, of course, have another podcast with Law, probably heavily talking about the Las Vegas regionals, which, as I said, Law is out judging this weekend. And then, if all goes well, some other videos and stuff in between then, too. Obviously, a lot of big prep for the card show and stuff this weekend. Has been a lot of hours in the store, just making sure we're getting everything packed up, getting everything ready. So I'll leave you guys there. Hope you enjoyed. Hopefully you're enjoying Phantasmal Flames. Hopefully you've been able to get a hold of some of it. And I will see you again very soon.
We would like to say a huge thank you to everyone who chooses to support the DJ Gigabyte channel on Patreon. Join us to help out and get a look behind the scenes.
Thanks for watching. Check out some more videos right here.
And don't forget to subscribe for more awesome Pokemon content from DJ Gigabyte.
Gotta catch 'em all!